Welcome back to 4th and Troll Fantasy.
What's up? Welcome to 4th and Troll Fantasy, most entertaining fantasy show on the planet. I'm Noah.
I'm Wes.
And we talk about fantasy football and other stuff. So that's why you're here. And we're going to do that with you today. And cut. And line.
Welcome.
Yeah, there you go. Week 11 is in the books. We're on to week 12, people. And we're talking about fantasy football, reviewing some of the performances, determining if they are fluke or if they are for real, a sign of things to come, or just a flash in the pan. When the fuck did that become like the little slogan that I add on to fluke or for real? I feel like I do that all the time. When did I start doing that?
It makes sense. Well, we just have so many new people coming in these videos. You gotta just hammer in the
I know, dude. You just gotta keep
the
them
rhythm
informed. I don't know when I started doing that.
Little flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan or a sign of things to come. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Now that you're here, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, join the Discord, and let's jump into it, Wes. We're going to talk about Bryce Young. Damn. Balled out. 448 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. One, like a half game back from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to lead the division. Bryce Young.
Mr. Canales, you've done something.
Ballin'. Yeah, I know. Yeah. 440 yards and 3 touchdowns. So I say all that, but this is a fluke.
For fantasy, yes.
Yeah, he's been so bad. And then just out of nowhere, he throws for like almost 500 yards. And it was like, oh, you were taken first overall. Maybe there's something like this in you. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I hoped we would see this more consistently this year, but we haven't.
I have Rico Dowdle in 2 leagues, so I also hope not. I want Dowdle to do really great the rest of the year. So that's my hope.
Man. Almost had a really nice screen pass touchdown. I was really wanting that one. And it was a very close call too, but I think I did agree. Just by the tip of an ant's, you know what? All right.
Bible.
God, what is wrong with me, dude?
By the tip
Justin
of an
Herbert.
ant's Bible.
So much wrong with me. I need to stop ad-libbing and just go. Justin Herbert. God, I tried and then I jumped back into it. Justin Herbert, 3 fantasy points.
Terrible.
Oof.
That's a fluke, though.
Yeah, this is a fluke. I mean, it's not going to be this bad, but like, how did they lose so badly? And he only threw 18 passes.
I don't understand. I don't understand what happened to McConkey. Keenan Allen had a nice catch or 2.
Johnston, I mean, it was fine. He had 81 passing yards.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. I mean,
Kimani Vidal went out as well with an injury, so you'd think they would just throw it even more. It was a weird game. I'm going to chalk this up to weird and just start him again next week. That's the only explanation.
That's fair.
Weird.
Okay, Sean Tucker. Okay. 34 fantasy points. Good for this guy. Bucky Irving's back at practice? So I'm like...
Yeah, he was back at practice last week as well.
I saw the footage of that, and it was like soft kind of walkthrough, but like it made me feel like it was like, okay, they're close. He's probably back in 1 or 2 weeks. I'm not really. I mean, I like Sean Tucker, I do, but I don't think he's gonna have much of a role when Bucky returns.
I don't think so either, because he is a power back. Rachaad White is the receiving back. So when Bucky is back, Bucky is more of the power back. But Sean Tucker is talented, and when he filled in behind Rachaad White over the years, he did not quite this well, but I
was looking at our timer and I was halfway listening to you, and I heard what I heard was he filled in for Shaun White, and I was like, the snowboarder.
2004. just
Games
couldn't.
champion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just had a little bit of a
that's
hammy
disrespectful.
and
I think he's an Olympian as well. But
came back in on the half pipe, one gold for USA.
Shredded some powder.
Same hair. It's awesome.
Yeah.
If Irving is out and you manage to get Tucker, I'd go nerf for nothing. You take a shot. I think there's something to this, but this is not for real for long term. There's a chance he does it again next week.
Maybe. Kenneth Gainwell, I think similar situation here. 2 backup running backs who came in when the starter was hurt, or in Rachaad White's case, bad. So Sean White would have been better on the football field.
Sean White might have had a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe a little more juice. Something
Pretty
about
good
the
hands.
hair. Yeah. Great game. Awesome to see. I don't know how people were playing him. If he had if you started him, comment below. Props to you, because maybe you were like, it's the Bengals. Of course.
True.
So who knows? But this is also a fluke. Jalen Warren's been really solid and really good. And Kenneth Gainwell's had 2 games like this where he fills in. And maybe they need to give him the role because he's doing a whole lot. But I mean,
he's great when he is starting. That's for sure.
I thought that back to his Philadelphia days too, to be honest. I always thought he kind of was one of the better backups in the league. And I was excited when he went to Pittsburgh. And then it was
running back when Nick Foles won the Super Bowl with him. I think he was around
maybe
that time.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I didn't go to high school with him, so I don't know.
I did.
And
he's a bitch.
That dude sucks.
Oh no, he's like
we're gonna get doxxed. We're gonna get sued. Let's talk about RJ Harvey. That sucked.
Yeah, it sucked.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, wait, why? I get that the matchup was poor, but it was like, damn it, why does it feel like RJ Harvey just J.K. Dobbins and these other guys RJ Harvey'd him? Why did it feel that way to me? I was like, it felt like they were like, Dobbins is out. Harvey, you're our man. Here's 15 carries and no touchdown. Enjoy. And we're going to give the ball to somebody else at the goal line. They go on a bye week. Obviously, you're going to start him. He's an exciting rookie who is in a starting role now. So you're gonna start him up. But hoped for more, but 8 points without a touchdown. Hopefully.
It's scary coming up after the bye.
It's a rough schedule, I think.
Yeah, Commanders, then Raiders. That's doable. And then the playoffs. Packers, Jaguars, and then Chiefs. Again.
Yeah, they end it with the Chiefs. So that's a little scary too. So
I wouldn't say no to selling him if you can afford it. If your
trade deadline hasn't passed either, but
that's true. That's true.
All right, Quinshon Judkins as well. I think we underestimated how bad the offense would be without Joe Flacco. Because, this is what I wanted from Judkins. I knew we were going to get a solid, bell cow, 15 to 20 opportunities a game, sometimes more. But, we haven't been really happy with starting Judkins except for the Miami game in the past 6 or 7 weeks. And he had to score 3 touchdowns in that game for us to be like, let's go. So hopefully they're better next year. Maybe Shedeur Sanders is. I was going to say going to help him, but I couldn't even really get it out. I don't really know where I was going to go with that. But
no, I mean, oddly enough, it's very similar to what Nick Chubb was like with the Browns. Not as good as Nick Chubb was in Nick Chubb's prime, but yeah, without a touchdown, you're not probably getting double-digit points. But if he gets a touchdown, then you're at that 17, 18-point spot where Chubb was elite, because there's hardly any PPR for Chubb. That's the same thing for Judkins here. And that offense
either. I know it wasn't in his profile out of college, but
Dylan Sampson's really fast.
I would be doing everything. I know, I get that. I would just be doing everything that I could to get the ball into the hands of my really good second round running back. I'm
Yeah.
a little salty. I
I
traded away Rico Dowdle for him whenever Hubbard came back, and I was really excited about that. And now I'm like, I kind of wish I had Dowdle.
Yeah, Judkins, I would still start. He's got a really soft schedule for the rest of this year, so there's still that upside. If you can afford to start someone else, then you're probably in pretty good shape with running backs. But if he is one of your
I'm
best,
fortunate enough. I've got ETN, so I'm a little happier there.
I'll ask you real quick because I'm in a league where I've got some. Okay, so I have Quinshon Judkins, I've got Rico Dowdle, I've got Bryce Hall, and I've got Chase Brown. If you start two.
I start two of them.
Yeah, Judkins,
it's Rico.
Dowdle,
it's Rico for
Hall.
Sure, and then it's probably Hall. I'm just gonna go off the better player there. I think it's between Hall or Chase Brown. Judkins would be last on that list for me.
Judkins is last for you.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah. I might do Brown over Hall if the Jamar Chase suspension holds. And
crazy appeal. What?
Yeah.
What are we?
What a twist!
We saw the video. What do you mean? It's so clear that you spit on him, but okay.
Yeah. But Judkins is not. I get it. There are a lot of worse options, but there have become better options over the
absolutely. 100%.
Okay.
I know Ken Walker just had a good week. I'd probably still start Quinshon Judkins over Ken Walker. So that's probably they're probably the closest kind of there for me. So okay, let's talk about wide receivers here. I think a handful of, or at least a couple flukes here. But Michael Wilson, 33.5 fantasy points. Dude, Jacoby Brissett had 47 completions in this game.
Wasn't that a
record? Yeah, NFL record. So we knew we knew Brissett had this kind of like floor for the passing game for Arizona, and like with MHJ out, it was kind of like someone's got to catch the ball. I didn't think it was going to be 185 yards, but
which is the most receiving yards in a game from any wide receiver this year, which is just crazy.
Is it really?
Dude, yeah. So far this year, Flacco, I saw it yesterday, I think. Joe Flacco has the most passing yards. I think it's Derrick Henry with rushing yards in a single game, and then it's Michael Wilson has the most receiving yards in a single game.
Wow.
2025. Anyway, two things. There's still a chance that when Marvin Harrison Jr. is back, as we talked about on the waiver wire, that he could get involved. Number two, Kyler Murray sucks.
He's not a Cardinal anymore. He's going to be moved in the offseason.
Yeah.
It would be stupid if they didn't, because the offense flows and runs better without him. So, yeah.
Sean White could be better as quarterback.
He could. I'll just point out real quick, since Jacoby Brissett started, since he took over, Michael Wilson receiving yardage in these games has been 44 yards, 40 yards, 61, 34 is a bummer, but then obviously 185. But like, he's been a 8.4, 7 points, 9.1, 7.4. Like, he's been a guy that's like been like, you could do again, kind of like, I'm not gonna say like Judkins, because Judkins is better, but the guy, you could be doing a lot worse, and if he scores a touchdown, you're happy. But those are reserved for Trey McBride. Another thing Kyler Murray doesn't know how the fuck to do is throw touchdowns to Trey McBride.
The offseason, McBride was like, Murray and I, we're going to be the new Mahomes and Kelsey. McBride has done his part. Murray sucks, man. Okay, next guy.
Anyways, Christian Watson, 20.6 fantasy points. Love to see it. I mean, in the bag for sure. It's hard to have confidence week in, week out on a single Packers wide receiver. You felt fine with like Dobbs as a flex play. I feel fine with Watson as a flex play with high upside. So
I do too.
I think this is in the wheelhouse. This is for real, and he's broken a few good plays the past handful of games since he came back from his injury. It breaks a couple really good ones here, obviously, as well, with 2 touchdowns. So, Adam, if you don't watch the waiver wire video, add Christian Watson. He's good. Tyrell Shavers, Fluke. You don't need to add him. One, because he's a Bills wide receiver. Two, because Keon Coleman got healthy scratched because he's an idiot who doesn't show up to team meetings on time.
Caught him.
That was actually so rude. I'm not going to insult his intelligence. I don't want to call him an idiot, but like,
no,
you got to be a better teammate. I think Deion Dawkins said it well when he was talking to the media afterwards. That was so rude of me. I didn't mean. I don't want to come off that way. I didn't mean to say it that way. But
Tyrell, if you're a 4th and Troll fan, just drop a comment down below so we can apologize.
Yeah, that was doing Tyrell. That was a Keon Coleman. I promise. Okay, let's talk about Ricky Pearsall. This sucked. It was exciting. He was out there a lot. I'm not deterred. Like, I'm still starting him.
I'm with you. This is first game after many weeks where he should have just been on IR, and he is just jogging his way to out every single week. So if this is basically the last week of IR, then next week should be great.
Yeah. No, we'll be in a great spot here. So AJ Barner, let's talk about tight ends. 17.1 fantasy points. He's come up a handful of times this season. We've talked about him a couple times before. I'm still like, I think the Rams defense was really good and kind of shut them down in ways of, focusing on JSN, focusing on Cup, that kind of thing. Because we haven't seen the 11 target number. We haven't seen double digits for him. But we know Darnold can support a tight end and multiple pass catchers in an offense. So, I mean, I think it's more fluky, but I think Barner's been good, and he's taken a step from last year to this year.
I agree with you. I think there are players that, like AJ Barner, that have done well as a tight end that you just, if you're streaming or you're just trying to go with matchups, I mean, you see the Seahawks are playing a team that's really bad against tight ends. Barner could be one of those guys, but it's neither here nor there. It's just like, we have so many random tight ends that show up and they don't do anything. And then a couple weeks later, it's like, well, I guess they're back in Fluke for real. So Barner is one of those guys.
Yeah, for sure. All right, last one here. On the bad side, a big old goose egg, dude. Antonio Gates. 0 points. What happened, man? He's been silent for a while. He has not been fantasy relevant for a little bit. Crazy. This guy.
What's that stat that you wrote down?
0 catches in the last 7 years. Man, tough stretch, Antonio. Tough stretch.
Yeah, Gadsden might have taken over.
That's for real. Yeah, that's for real. Love it though. I love me some Mr. Gates. All right, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, join the Discord. Thanks for hanging out with a couple of idiots who just play in some way too many fantasy football leagues. We will see you next time. My name is Noah Selby.
I'm Wes Selby.
And this has been 4th and Troll Fantasy.